Welcome to the Construction Business and Law Manual for Nevada, Chapter 13, concerning Nevada lien laws. This is the final chapter of the Nevada Construction Business and Law Manual. Next, we will move into Appendix A, Nevada Contractors Board Licensing Law, Chapter 624, Contractors General Provisions. Please stay tuned for that. But let's proceed with Chapter 13, Nevada lien laws. A mechanic's lien is a claim against real property for work done or materials supplied for a property, which can be land or buildings. The lien becomes an unpaid obligation that is recorded against the title to the land or buildings. Nevada statutory liens, mechanics, and materialmen's liens. The Nevada Revised Statute, NRS 108, entitled Statutory Liens, Mechanics, and Materialmen's Liens, permits individuals or entities to file claims and or pursue legal proceedings against property, provided that the individual or company performed work on the property or furnished labor and materials to the property. The mechanic's lien is an additional remedy for creditors such as contractors, subcontractors, and suppliers that are entitled to be compensated for their services and or materials. The filing of mechanic's lien does not stop the pursuit of other legal remedies. An attorney well-versed in this type of law should be consulted, since the laws are complex in terms of issues involved, as well as the procedures that must be followed. A properly filed mechanic's lien may stop the property from being sold, transferred, or mortgaged without first satisfying the mechanic's lien. This is one efficient way in which to ensure that payment is made. However, many times contractors who have assumed that they have secured a valid claim under the mechanic's lien laws find through their attorney or the courts that the notices were not provided in a timely manner, were served improperly, or were deficient under the strict mandates of the law. The contractor, as the creditor, is then faced with pursuing other legal remedies. These remedies often involve more lengthy and costly legal proceedings with no certainty of positive results. It is of benefit to the contractor to become familiar with the basic lien law, rights and responsibilities described in this chapter. Procedures for filing a lien. There are several important steps that must be taken in order to properly file a mechanic's lien. Prior to recording the lien, before recording the claim, these procedures must be followed. In order to claim the benefit of the lien laws, a notice to owners of materials supplied or work or services performed must be delivered in person or by certified mail to the owner or to the person whose name appears as the owner on the building permit, and this must be done within 31 days after the first delivery of material or performance of work or services under the contract. Contents of the lien. The notice of lien must contain the amount due after deducting all credits and offsets, the name of the owner of record of the property, a description of the property sufficient for identification, the contract terms and conditions and time given, and the names of persons who receive services and materials. Recording the lien. In Nevada, a notice of lien must be recorded within 90 days after the completion of the work of improvement, within 90 days after the last delivery of material by the person making the claim, or within 90 days after the last performance of labor by the person making the claim, whichever is later. A contractor ordinarily has 90 days after completing the work to file a notice of lien against the owner's property and begin the official lien process. However, if an owner files a notice of completion signifying that the construction process is complete, this shortens the lien notice process. The contractor then only has 40 days from the date of the notice of completion was filed to file the notice of lien. Servicing the lien. A copy of the claim must be served upon the record owner of the property within 30 days after recording of the notice of lien. Duration of lien. No lien binds any building or land for a period longer than 6 months unless proceedings have begun in court to enforce the lien, or if the time has been extended in writing by all parties. Release of lien by bonding. A mechanic's lien of record upon real property may be released upon the posting of a surety bond in the manner provided in the law. The amount is not to exceed 1 1/2 times the value of the claim. This is posted in the district court. A person who knowingly makes false statements in or relating to the recording of a notice of lien is guilty of a gross misdemeanor, which is punishable by a fine of not less than $5,000 nor more than $10,000. There are additional issues that must also be addressed when pursuing a mechanic's lien. Appendix C includes excerpts from NRS 108, statutory liens, mechanics, and materialmen's liens, and should be consulted for more detailed information. Thank you for writing along the chapters of the Construction, Business, and Law Manual for Nevada. And I hope to hear and see from you in the Appendix A, Nevada Contractors Board Licensing Law, Chapter 624, Contractors General Provisions. Let's get to it.